Alright, so let's learn a little bit about value changes today. So, when it comes to colors, one part of color is value change. And the values can be light, a value can be dark, somewhere in between. The darkest value would be black, and the lightest value would be white. Colors like yellow are closer to white and the lighter side, and colors like blue are further down on the darker side, like black. But we're going to just work with a pencil first. And I want you to take your pencil and just practice making the darkest color you can with it. And then, if you're right-handed, move across to the right, getting slightly lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. This is called value. And you can use value to do things like this. Say we have a ball, but you want to give your ball value. You have to curve that. Instead of drawing it straight like we did over here, we're going to be curving it now. Dark value on the edge, kind of in a crescent moon shape, and then getting a little bit lighter and bending it. This is a fun thing to practice. And lighter and lighter, to where we just have a highlight in the middle. Now if you got too dark, it's okay, you can go back and erase part of it and try it again. The key here is to be gradual. Gradual. Gradual means that you're making the change slowly, not making it abruptly or quickly, as opposed to doing this. This would be gradual. This would be a very abrupt color change, value change, starting dark and then leaving it white without the gradual change. To really get this right, you have to start practicing dark and slowly getting lighter. Now, one way to make sure you're doing this correctly and not just doing that's not what you want to do. Why don't we set ourselves up with a box? And in this box, we're going to try to make sure we fill it in with a gradual value change. That means that this side's going to be black, or as dark as you can make it with your pencil, and this side's going to be white. But it's going to happen gradually. It can't happen abruptly. It has to be gradual. So what I want you to do with this is make your marks. Your pencil has to pass back and forth. Your marks have to go back and forth between these two lines, this top line and the bottom line. See my top line and bottom line? Now your pencil has to cross it each time, like you're kind of playing tennis or ping pong. And you got to hit every single spot. But you have to be very careful. And make sure you're crossing over that line and not just scribbling through it. Now it looks like I'm getting light too fast, so I'm going to come back and make my change a little bit more gradual, starting where it's dark and then getting lighter. Notice that even when I'm drawing my light lines, I'm still crossing over the top and the bottom. I'm just pressing less with my hand. The trick is to just press less with these fingers on your pencil while you're drawing. Oops, and those were abrupt lines. I can go back and fix them. If you erase the edges, you get a nice gradual value change. And you can apply this to almost anything. Let's say I want to draw a coffee cup, like this one here. Maybe without all the details though. We can draw. Start out, and this is a different lesson, but we're going to start with a little rectangle. And this is going to be a cylinder. So what we have to do is we're going to draw an oval between these two lines. A nice wide oval. And a nice wide oval on this one too. Try to make it about the same as the bottom one. Has to be similar shape. Round it out at the edges. Then I can go back and erase on this one just the top of the oval and that horizontal line. I'm going to round this out a little bit better too, now that I know how it needs to look. And I'm going to erase this middle line right there, the part that was originally a rectangle. Erase that. Now I'm going to draw a smaller oval inside on the top so that my coffee cup is open. Now all this is getting the shape right. We're not doing the value yet, but it'll come. Alright, for the sake of time, I'm just going to keep going. Pretty tall cup. Inside, I'm going to differentiate because I drink coffee black. So let's just pretend you do too, but don't without your parents. In fact, you're probably way too young to drink coffee, so don't drink coffee until you're older. Let's pretend this is just maybe a tea or something. Color that part in black, leaving a little bit white. And draw a handle on this side. For a handle, you just have to draw it's kind of a C shape and then a smaller C shape. Now, clean up some of the edges. Let's go back to the value lesson. Now we want to draw the value change on this coffee cup. I'm going to start drawing it nice and dark on one side. And then getting lighter as I go across. Remember, it's okay to cross that line so we can come back and erase. It's better to cross that line than to not make it all the way there and have your value change be oddly inside and incomplete. So I'm going to get lighter as I go. And there we go. You can come back and erase the parts that went over. Erase the top part that went over. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of the cup. So if the light is hitting over here, be the opposite on the inside. So I'm going to start on this side dark and come to the other side light. A really small detail, but the small details are important. There you have it. remember, if the light is hitting the cup on this side right here, then the light's also hitting the cup's handle on this side here. And if the light hits this side, then it must mean that the other side is darker. So I like to start making that part dark right there. And it's all about direction. I think there'd be a little shadow down here too. And there you have it, no coffee mug. Let's see, what else can we use this for? I think you can make just about any shape, and one way I like to practice this is just to make blobs. And then with this blob, give it value by practicing shading. This forces you to turn your pencil more. And try your best to make up a odd blob that has value. Now this is a gradual value change. Where we're drawing with black, white, and the grays that make it make it a gradual value change. I think it turned off on me there, but you can practice this on any kind of shape you want. If you know your other forms like pyramids and rectangular prisms and cones, you can practice all of that.